Hey, smart home enthusiasts, and welcome back. Josh here. Today, we're going to be talking about something super serious, but also really cool and really neat with the capabilities. Think about it. What if you're out of your house and the alarm's going off because there's a fire at your house and you don't know about it? Super scary, right? Well, I have just the solution for that. And this time, it doesn't involve a separate hub. This is the Sensereo MS-1, which is a Matter over Thread smoke detector built right into the device. So you don't need a separate hub from this particular manufacturer. It can work right on your Thread network, all locally, so that it communicates with all of your smart home devices. This little device isn't just smart, but it can be a guardian for your home and alert you when you're not home and activate other things when you're not home to do that. So it can handle everything from the Matter protocol utilizing that thread that's built right in. Welcome back to Josh's Smart Home. If you're new here, I just want to invite you in and let you know I've been building out my smart home for about 10 years now, and I want to share with you what I've learned along the way to make your home smarter. Full disclosure, Sensereo did send this item free of charge to me, but they're not monitoring anything I say, and there's no script or anything I have to work off of. It's my fair and honest review of the product. Let's get this unboxed, and then we'll talk about some of the specs on this thing. All right, here we got it opened up. And right away, there's a bag on top that does contain the smoke detector. And you have the Matter code right on the back and the pull tab to activate the batteries. So really straightforward here. Let's see what else we have in the box. And underneath this panel, we have a bracket to secure it to the wall. So we can screw it up with this and clip it on. It looks like it just goes on and then turns. Yeah, like that. We also have a little 7-year warranty item with it and a pamphlet, as well as a couple of screws and anchors to make sure this is mounted securely on your ceiling or high up on your wall, wherever you need to place yours. I do want to mention the company actually seems like they're pretty fun because they do have a reasonably annoying smoke alarm as a little slogan on the front of the MS-1 here. So shout out to Sensereo for that, because I think that's always fun when the company, plays around a little bit, has something fun on the box. So let's talk about the specs. Like I said, it is Matter over Thread, so it can communicate with any of your smart home devices. So it doesn't matter if you're running Apple HomeKit, Amazon's Assistant, Google Home, Samsung SmartThings, Home Assistant, or anything else that utilizes Matter. This thing can communicate with it once you have it hooked up to that Thread border router. I'm going to use a Google Home Hub to connect mine into the Matter protocol, as that's a Thread border router, and then I'll show you what it's like in Home Assistant. So I went into the Google Home app, and I'm going to go in, add a device, and we're going to scan the QR code. I did just reveal the battery to the device by pulling out that tab, and it's checking the device, and it's going to say, do I want to connect this? I can say yes, and it'll go ahead and add it. So it went ahead and found it, and I named it the Sensereo MS-1 Smoke Detector, and it's added into Google Home. So let's see what we can see in Google Home now. And it immediately says everything is okay in the Google Home app. So let's get it added over to Home Assistant. So to do that, I'm going to start in the Google Home app. I'm going to go into the settings and say link it to other apps and services. I'm going to hit link apps and services, and I have the pairing code, and I'll copy that. I'll flip over to Home Assistant, hit the add a Matter device, say yes, it's already in use, say Google Home, and I'm going to say I can't find it on the list because it's much easier just to drop the pairing code in here and hit add device. And then once it gets added into Home Assistant, you can see everything that's available. You have contamination status, which is normal. The smoke is currently clear. You can check the firmware for the update. You can change the sensitivity between low, standard, and high. You can look at the battery percentage, the battery alert, battery type information, the voltage, as well as end of service, hardware fault, muted. You can self-test and see if the testing is in progress. And to just verify all of this, I can flip the switch over to off, and that should give me an error here that it can't be connected. And there you see the hardware fault. It's a problem, and my Google Home pops up as well saying that there's attention needed. I can turn this back on, and then everything will clear once it reconnects here, because that was the on-off switch on the device itself. So it might take a second here to be able to show up on the hardware, and there you see it's okay, and we're good to go. So I can utilize this in automations to have my phone be notified from Home Assistant with a text message, or send another message to somebody else. I can, turn the lights on, unlock the doors, whatever I think is appropriate. And this is directly on my Thread network locally, not a separate hub from the manufacturer. So this is the first time I'm seeing that in a device, and this thing looks to be really cool and really responsive. So here I made an automation in Home Assistant where once it detects smoke, it sends a notification to my phone and it toggles the light 8 times. So they flash 4 times. So I'm going to run this and show you what that's like. So when I hit run actions, you can see the lights immediately start to flash, and I do have the notification immediately on my cell phone. So everything's working really well here, and that's just an example of what you could do. You could, like I said, unlock doors. You could play notifications on your Google Homes or your Amazon assistants, however you had that set up. If you want some of the other notifications being sent out to other people in your family, whatever it might be, maybe you want certain lights to be turning a different color, or turn on floodlights outside, whatever it is, you can do that in your smart home. A couple of other things I wanted to mention about this unit. On the back, there is a battery compartment. It just pops out, and it's the CR123A batteries that are in here. So a lot like some of my other smart home devices, it's pretty standard battery in smart homes. Also, it does have a test button, so I'm going to try to test it here. You can hear it's pretty loud, so that test works very easily, just like any standard smoke detector, so you can make sure it's working properly. Finally, I already did discuss the automations, but it's worth mentioning again that you can do pretty much anything you want by automating this into your smart home. So who is this for exactly? Well, if you travel a lot and you want to keep an eye on your house, make sure everything's safe and secure, it's for you. If you have pets at home and you want to make sure they're safe and secure while you're at work, this is the item for you. Or if you have children at home, maybe they're a little bit older and they get home and you want to make sure that they're in a safe environment, then this is for you. Even if you just have an apartment or a house that you rent or a house that you own and you want to monitor it because it's a great investment and all your stuff's there, this is the item for you. You can do it all remotely. This is a great local setup via Matter over Thread, but it does allow you to see everything outside your house as well through your smart home setup of choice. If you're serious about smart homes and smart home security, I would definitely recommend the Sensereo MS-1 smoke detector. It definitely has all the features that I would really be interested in, and it can incorporate into any Matter smart home, which is pretty much every smart home at this point. Let me know in the comments section below if you have a smoke detector or not that's smart in your smart home, and why or why not you have one. Also, I'm going to stick a link in the description below so you can purchase this if you're interested, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. Stay safe, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next one.